Hello everybody, we are at UK Bike Fit and today is something I'm a bit scared about. We're having a lactate threshold test and a VO2 max test, and I've wrote Kylin as well.
Yeah, I'm not so keen.
So he's doing it. I'm not keen either, to be honest. This video is just going to be our lactate threshold test and the next video will be our VO2 max. Right, so I'm about to introduce you to the lovely Sally, who's actually going to be my coach. So from the results today, I think she's then going to put me a training plan in place, but she'll tell me all about that. So here's Sally.
Hi. And
you're currently studying for a PhD, is that right?
So I've done a master's in physiology, and I have done my sport and exercise science accreditation through BASES. So I've just submitted that, so I'll be an accredited sports scientist.
Amazing. And you were involved in a world record attempt, weren't you? Being a coach.
Yeah, so for Lee Timmis, the 7-day world record, so I coached Lee and did kind of heat acclimation protocols, did a bit of the kind of nutritional side, and then also the training.
Amazing. So we're in good hands here. So can you explain the lactate threshold test?
Yeah, so lactate threshold test is basically a ramp test. So you'll go, step test. So you go up in 30 watt increments. So we'll start Amy around 75 watts, and then we'll go up 30 watts every 4 minutes.
Okay. I'm a bit scared about that. And then do you see how much lactate is then?
Yeah, so after 3 minutes you tend to stabilise, so your heart rate, all your kind of measures stabilise after 3 minutes, so you get to a steady state, and we'll take your blood lactate sample from your ear at the end of that stage, so we'll get a value, and then so we'll do that each stage, and then what we're looking for is a slight increase in blood lactate, so it will start to increase slightly. So the first few stages, hopefully you'll be quite stable.
Hopefully, yeah.
And then we'll see kind of a small rise, so it's around 0.5 millimoles or above.
Okay.
And then we'll keep going, and then we'll see a kind of massive rise, so it usually goes up a couple of millimoles.
Okay.
And that will be, you're above your second threshold then.
Okay, so does that kind of give you an indication of your fitness, basically?
Yeah, so it will give you an idea. So the first threshold is kind of top end of zone 2.
Okay.
So your first lactate threshold, and then your second lactate threshold is like top end of zone 4.
Okay.
So what we do is we take the data from the test, and then we create your training zones from that.
Okay, I did do a park run yesterday and I got a PB, so I was really happy about that. But then I thought, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But you know, we'll see how it goes. Kyle, how are you feeling? Feeling good?
Absolutely terrified.
So we're going to do the lactate threshold first, followed by VO2 max, because otherwise we'll already have lactate in our muscles. I'm looking at Sally, she's saying, yeah, that's right. I'm a bit scared of having the mask on. Will it get really hot in the mask?
It's more if you kind of dribble a lot.
Okay.
So I'll get you ready for afterwards.
Okay, do people normally dribble?
It depends on the person.
Okay, let's hope I don't, but yeah. We're just doing a resting sample.
Yeah, so
of my lactate level. I don't know why I'm putting my arm out. I think it's in my ear, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to do it from your ear. I can do it from the arm. I'm trained in that.
No thanks.
You might see me pass out.
Can't just like having your ear pierced.
Yeah.
But not that bad, so I'm guessing.
No, they don't have. Dan's the most squeamish so far. So.
Is he? Yeah. I'll have to tease him about that when he comes in.
So I do the ear that's closest to me on the bike. And then basically, it depends on your blood flow, but some people heal up really fast. Some people don't, so I can just keep squeezing it. I don't have to use the little needle.
A sharp scratch.
Oh, actually, you can't even feel it.
Yeah, some people literally are like, have you done it yet?
Yeah, I was waiting for something. I literally didn't feel it. It felt like a clip.
Especially people who are slightly older, if they've got kind of, your ears keep growing, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
So they can't really feel the end of their ears by that point. So 1.6.
Okay, what does that mean?
You're resting, if you're completely rested, it will be under 1.
Yeah.
If you've done some sort of exercise the past few days, it might be slightly high, you might have a bit of residual. But what will happen is after the warm-up before the test, we'll probably see a drop. That will be your actual kind of baseline.
So probably from a park run yesterday.
Is that because you sort of like flush out?
Yeah, so it's essentially like if you did some exercise before and then didn't do kind of much of a cool down or something afterwards, you might have residual left in, and the warm up acts as kind of a cool down, I guess. Yeah. It's lower intensity. So it will kind of get the oxygen to the muscles and flush out anything left.
So I should have done more of a cool down yesterday for a park run, but I had to run because I had to go to the cycling time trial thing.
So Amy's just calibrating the mask, so this is one of the steps to the calibration. And because we use there's a user piece inside the mask which there's different sizes, so we're using the large one today because we're going to be doing a max test.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're calibrating it, you have to breathe quite heavily.
Yeah. So she's just starting off nice and steady now. Nice and easy. How's your breathing, Amy? All good.
All good.
So you can see all the metrics on the screen there. and all the individual steps that she's got to work up through.
Checking the lactate, so I'm just squeezing the hole we've already got from Amy's ear. And we'll just take a little spot of the sample. And then we just get a little countdown on the screen, and then it will give us a value.
So hopefully this would have cleared what she did yesterday.
Yeah, so hopefully it will have dropped slightly. So 1.2.
So it has dropped, yeah.
So yeah, so 1.6 to start with, and now it's gone down to 1.2.
Yeah. So you're doing your cool down now, Amy?
Yeah.
So it's getting a little bit harder now, Amy. Yeah. Still good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you say the idea is, so this isn't going to be completely hard, like really hard, but it will go to a certain stage where, zone 5, you say, gets up to about zone 5?
Yeah, so your lactate threshold, your second lactate threshold is what we're measuring kind of up to.
Yeah.
That will go, that's obviously between zone 4 and zone 5, so we have to kind of go slightly above that to be able to identify it.
Yeah.
So it will go slightly into zone 5 and then we'll stop, and then we'll have the rest. Like she'll have a little spin, have a rest, and then we'll do the VO2 max test.
Right, okay. And that's when you go really hard.
Yeah.
So that's the bit we're looking forward to, Amy. Would you say it's around now that you start seeing a bit more of a...
So you've seen a small increase, but that's not enough to
Yeah.
kind of say she's hit that threshold.
Yeah.
So I would say it'll be after this one.
What sort of number are you looking for to say you've hit your first?
It's about 0.5 increase on the baseline.
Right, okay,
So
yeah.
she was around, so we discount the first one because
Yeah.
obviously it went down.
Yeah.
So we're looking at 1.1, 1.2. That's
Yeah.
1.3, but again, it's not
Still not enough.
It's not enough of an increase.
Yeah.
Whereas I think after this stage, because it's gone up 0.1 now,
Yeah.
we'll probably see the increase this stage.
So we have seen a jump, have we?
Yeah, so after that stage, so that stage was about 195 watts.
Yeah.
So it's gone up to 1.8 now. So we've seen around a 0.5 millimole jump.
So it's quite a big jump, isn't it?
Yeah, so that would suggest that her first lactate threshold is between 160 and 190 watts.
Yeah.
Is that my zone 2 then?
That's top end of zone 2, yeah.
Can I see, Amy? That's good. So she's now in zone 3. And we're just getting another sample. Feeling a little bit more now, but she's doing really well. Legs feeling tired yet? No, she's okay. Hey up, you alright?
Hello. So we've gone up again.
Oh, quite
So
substantially.
3.3.
So that's a massive jump.
So
Nearly doubled there.
we'll finish this next stage, but that will probably be the end of the test.
Okay.
Okay?
That's not a bad thing.
Sample.
This should be the last one.
Yeah. I think Amy feels like it should be the last one as well.
Judging off her face.
So yeah, 5.5 now.
So that's really high.
So we're definitely above that second threshold.
So that's my lactate threshold ding dang done. We'll get the results in a minute once Kyle's done his. So Kyle's just watched me do my lactate threshold. Kyle, how are you feeling about yours?
My heart rate's already through the roof.
Just watching me?
Yeah, just watching you.
What, because of how good I look?
No, not
Because of how sweaty I smell?
More worried about I've got to do it.
You'll be, honestly, I believe in you, Kyle. First of all, Kyle wants to show Dan his shoes.
So, I don't know if it's me, but these have had some hammer. And I've had when did I get these? July?
In the summer, yeah.
Yeah, July time.
Yeah, it's part.
So, ripping away from the sole there.
Oh dear.
This is actually the better one. So
Let's have a look at your cleats.
People normally bring cleats in and then go, oh, I'm really sorry, they're really bad. And I'm like, oh, don't worry, I've seen worse. I have not seen worse than that.
Are they the worst you've seen?
They are the worst.
I've ridden with worse than that.
They haven't even got all the bolts in.
Oh no, I've ridden with much worse, like to the point where bits of that snapped off.
How can it be
And
worse?
they wiggle around a little bit. And you just have to like use your foot to keep it in position.
What stops you from changing them?
Laziness.
More the fact I'm changing Amy's probably.
Right, I've had a quick wet whitewash. I feel like I'm on an Audax. I'm going to have to get used to that from doing All Points North actually. Got a quick change, but now it's Kyle's go.
Right, so I've whacked the cleats on. Looking good. Absolutely crapping myself if I'm honest.
You'll be absolutely
So,
fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, you'll be fine.
As long as you keep that heart rate screen away from me, I'll be fine.
But anyway, while Kyle's in pain, I'm just going to enjoy and watch and have my protein recovery shake. So
I think my biggest attribute is my mental capacity.
yeah, you are very mentally strong.
My body might give in. Well, it will give in.
Kyle, I've got an idea for you. You know, like if you're struggling, you think, oh, I can't go anymore. Just imagine me like taking away your favourite sandwich or something. So like if you don't go any harder, I'm going to eat your sandwich or something. That always
Oh yeah, I'll fly off the bike.
Kyle's having his blood taken. Kyle, you did used to have your ears pierced, didn't you?
I pierced it myself once.
Did you?
I did.
Kyle?
Watch this be at like 3 points from it already.
When was the last time you exercised?
Thursday, I think.
Thursday?
That was only a
so
light
4
one,
days ago.
wasn't it?
3 days ago. Kyle's better at not exercising than me. I wish I could relax a bit
Oh
more.
yeah, I don't have to restrain me.
Thing.
1.3.
1.3.
That's quite low then, isn't it?
That's good. Very well rested cod loins he's got.
So we've got no excuses.
No excuses, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I should have maybe done something this morning. Well, actually, yeah, my thighs are a bit tight.
Kyle, what did you have for what did you have for breakfast this morning, Kyle?
What did I? Oh, poached eggs on toast. Good fuel,
of
isn't it?
champions.
Good fuel, protein.
I had porridge, and then I thought, oh, I'm not going to be eating for a while, so I also had a peanut butter pitta. I like that, and a pear.
Peanut butter again, look.
I love peanut butter, I'm addicted
And then
to
I
it.
had some peanut butter the other night and got told off for eating it because it's hers apparently.
Yeah.
No, let me just put, mine's the smooth and his is the crunchy. He ate all his crunchy,
Yeah, to be fair.
and then he started eating my smooth, so I was like, excuse me, mister.
So this is why I won't be doing a hill climb anytime soon because I can't get light enough.
How do you mount the bike?
Like a normal person.
Let's see then, because he always makes fun of how I mount the bike. Go on then, demonstration.
Straight over the seat.
How do I mount it then?
Like this. Well, I don't even know if I can do it.
Yeah, that is actually right. So Kyle's all masked up now and he's about 5 minutes into his lactate threshold, so nice and easy at the minute. Done another test and his lactate is showing that he's still at threshold level. He did say to me the other day, I look forward to lactating. I said, Kyle, that's the wrong thing. But with no lactating going on in here today, just lactate. So what was he when he started, 1.3?
1.3, yeah.
1.3, so we're looking for a rise to show that he's into zone 2? Yeah. Not yet, let's see. 1.2, you've gone down.
Fine.
1.3, you've still not gone up, Kyle. You're still in zone 2. So when you're moaning me like, oh yeah, I'm doing 200 watts, you're still in blooming zone 2. You've got no excuses now. Kyle's been going for 20 minutes now. Let's have a look. How many minutes did mine take to rise? Was it? Pardon? I can't remember now.
I can't remember either.
I think it was about this, 20.
It was, yeah.
I think it was about
It was
20.
slightly lower power.
Yeah, lower power because I'm a woman. Oh, it's gone up a bit, 1.6.
So 1.6.
It's gone up by 0.3, Kyle. Yeah, so for the women, the power is slightly lower because obviously genetically men are stronger, which we have to admit, it's a fact. So yeah, so Kyle's gone up slightly, so on the next interval, it'll hopefully, well, it should go up even more, so. And then at the end we'll do our results and see what our zones are and all that for training, or just for regular rides, and we want to see what we're doing. But he's looking pretty comfortable at the minute, so keep on spinning those loins. 25 minutes and we're going to see if it's gone up. Here's the screen down here showing all the metrics. This is what Kyle's a bit scared of, but that looks pretty good to me. I don't think that's anything to be worried about. It's good. Sally's nodding her head. Kyle's looking, you're doing great. How do you feel, Kyle? He's gone up?
2.8.
Oh, he's gone up to 2.8. So now, if it goes up again, then that means that's the end. This is the last one he's saying.
16.
Oh, is it 16? Is almost
So
very
between
hard.
hard and very hard.
If it's above 5, we're stopping. Oh, it's 5.8, Kyle, you can stop. Hey,
So yeah.
You can stop now.
Mask off your face.
Kyle, you can stop. You're still pedaling. He doesn't want to stop. So
Ding
is
dang
lactate
doodly.
threshold is ding dang done. How are you feeling?
Knick-knack.
So it's now time for the results of our lactate threshold test. So yeah,
Let's get into it.
let's get into it.
So, Amy, so we've got your graph here. I don't know if you want to close up.
Dan's here to video now. We've got a new cameraman.
So that's Amy's graph. So we've got your first lactate threshold came out as 150 watts.
Okay.
And then your second came out as 200 watts.
Okay.
So if you look at the kind of the gradient of the line, so up to this point it's really flat, and then you start to get an increase here.
Yeah.
So we use an online calculator that does lots of calculations to determine a point between the stages.
Right.
So it came out as 150 for that, and then your second lactate threshold, so when the line starts to increase steeper, is at 200 watts.
Okay.
And then the heart rates for that, so your heart rate's 129 for first lactate threshold, so top end of zone 2.
Right.
And then top end of zone 4 is 152 beats per minute.
Is that quite
That's
low?
ridiculously low, isn't it?
It's relatively low, yeah.
Okay, that's all right then. So my zone 2 is between...
What, show me mine?
Your zone 2 is around 150 watts.
Oh, that's all right then. That's kind of what I normally do for a zone 2.
Yeah.
Quite happy with that. When I'm on Zwift, because I've never used power pedals outside before, but I will be now.
Well, now you can.
So yeah, and what about Kyle?
Kyle's first lactate threshold was 182 watts.
Wow.
Wow, that's actually quite high, isn't it?
And then your second lactate threshold was 219.
Blimey neck.
So Kyle's graph is there.
Yeah.
So yeah, up until around 100, I can't remember the exact value I've just read out, but just below 190,
Yeah.
you're nice and flat.
Yeah.
And you've got a slight increase, so you've got a kind of, the line starts to go up and then it shoots up
Yeah.
a lot
Anything
steeper.
after that, yeah.
So if Kyle wants to do a zone 2 ride, what's
Yeah.
his...
So if Kyle wants to do a zone 2 ride, he needs to stay below 182.
Which is pretty much what I've been doing.
And what happens if he... What's his zone, like
175
maximum
is
zone
his.
4?
Just under 220.
What's mine?
Yours
My
was
zone 4.
So I've got a very
200.
like, long...
200, okay.
Yeah.
That's all right then. But is this something that we can improve on?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically Sally is going to be doing some coaching
Yeah.
for us. I was actually a bit like, I've always been a bit about whether I want a coach or not, because I don't want my cycling to turn into something I don't enjoy. But the reason I really want coaching is because I sometimes feel like I do too much and I've got no structure, so I always worry like, am I wearing my body out too much? Or, you know, I always have plans and aims that I want to do. I'm never going to be a pro cyclist, but for me it's like, obviously I want to do All Points North and
Yeah.
the Miglia, or I have been told it's actually pronounced Melia. Melia, I've been saying it wrong. So it'd be good to like just get some advice on how to train for that, just to be able to, basically just to be able to enjoy it as much as I can without, like for Paris-Brest Paris, I did that with no training plan, nothing, and I ended up with an injury. Obviously really bad saddle sore, but that's my own fault for not getting part of it. But like, it'll just be handy, I think, just to get some advice on, so that I can enjoy it as much as I can, and also get the best out of it. And you know, everyone wants to do a good time, really. Well, most people do, and you know, it's nice to have a good time. So
Yeah,
it's
so
be nice to get some structure.
For that, you're mainly kind of working in zone 2.
Yeah.
That's what you'll kind of mainly be staying in, because it's
Right.
quite a long ride.
Yeah.
But you want to increase, it depends on your maximum capacity. So say if your maximum capacity is quite low, then you haven't got much room for improvement.
Right.
Whereas if you've got quite a high max, but say your thresholds aren't that high at the moment,
Yeah.
you've got quite a lot of room to push them
Right.
up. You're not limited by that as your kind of ceiling.
Okay.
As such.
And we'll find out our max from the VO2 results,
Yeah.
which is on the next video. So yeah, Sally's just going to explain a little bit more about the results and what they mean.
Yeah, so basically when you're looking at your thresholds, so we look at 3 measures during these tests. So we look at your first lactate threshold, your second lactate threshold, and then your maximum value. So depending on what your maximum value and the relation of those thresholds to that, it depends on how much room you have to improve without increasing your maximum capacity. So doing lots of like sprint training and stuff. So both Amy and Kyle have quite a strong endurance base. So their zone 2 is quite high, whereas I think Amy was about 40 watts between zone 2 and top end of zone 4, and
Right.
Kyle was about, other way around. Amy was 50 watts and Kyle was 40 watts.
Okay.
So if you're more kind of sprint based, you could have up to like 100 watts between your
really?
zones. So it's just, from your data, it's definitely endurance based
sprint.
training that you've done.
Basically, we are true Audaxers.
We don't sprint.
We don't sprint, we Audax.
We go for a long time.
Yeah, but I'm guessing we're going to have to put some sprint training into our training, maybe?
Yeah, so if you want to be able to increase your first lactate threshold, so around zone 2, your zone 2 values, you have to have something to push up.
Yeah.
So you do have to do a bit of higher intensity work around kind of zone 4, zone 5
Yeah.
to push that second threshold up so that
Yeah.
you have room to kind of move them both.
And so that would mean we could still go as long, but it's faster, so
Yeah.
longer and faster.
So you hold a higher power for longer.
Yeah, which is what we want, isn't it, Kyle?
Absolutely.
The next video is our VO2 max test, where we'll be able to see how much potential we have to improve. So let's hope that
Hopefully
it was
a
good.
little
But yeah, thank you so much for watching. TT's the FN. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Sally, do you want to say goodbye?
Bye.